Are you expecting to have a long-lasting marriage, a long-lasting relationship? Or you just want to get married because everybody's getting married, all your friends are getting married, so you don't have like a long-term expectation in that relationship. So it's important you ask these questions because you never know. You never know. Humans, are you able to bend? Are you able to bend? Marriage is like bringing two people from different backgrounds and you're coming together to live as partner. And marriage is supposed to be like a lifetime thing. But they know they have like infertility issues and they are not opening up to their partner. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Amaka from Amaka's house. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to this channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. I love you so much. And to all my newbies, welcome to this channel. On today's video, we'll be talking about those questions you should ask your partner before you say I do. So most people, before they get married, they're already in a relationship with someone, but being friends is different from being in a serious relationship like marriage. So if you're getting married to someone, it is very important to ask questions. You guys should sit down and talk. What are your goals? What do you expect? There are questions. I wrote down some questions that I think it is very important to ask your partner before you get into marriage. If this is something that you're interested in, sit down, relax, grab your popcorn and your juice or whatever drink. You can get wine, sit down, relax, and let's jump into this video. So number one on my list is, why do you want to get married? So some people would think, why should that even be a question? I've been in a relationship with this person. Why should I be asking, why do you want to get married? Okay, I think it's still important to ask that question because even though you've been in a relationship with that person and you believe you've known this person enough, there is no harm in asking this question. You can still ask this question. You might be surprised what the answer you might be getting from this person. You might be getting something that you don't expect. So it doesn't harm to ask the question. So you can still ask that question. Ask your partner why they're getting into this marriage, and also share your thoughts or also tell your partner why you're getting into the marriage. You may hear some people saying they're getting into marriage. I've heard stories of people saying that they're getting married because they want a child, because they need to get married, or because of their age, they are the older son or their older daughter, and the younger ones want to get married, so it's time for them to get married. I've heard people saying they are getting married, they're not getting, love is not the first, it's not their priority. Love is like beneath. The first reason they're getting married is because they want a child. They're getting married because they want to have children. Some people will tell you that. You'll be surprised to hear different reasons why people are getting married. Meanwhile, the reason you should get married is because of companionship. You want to spend the rest of your life with this person, no matter what. So the second question will be, what are your expectations for this marriage? So you too should be answering this question. What is your expectations? Are you expecting that we should be able to resolve our differences without bringing in a third party? And, what are your expectations? Do you think that, are you expecting to have a long-lasting marriage, a long-lasting relationship? Or are you just coming to test, or you just want to get married because everybody's getting married, all your friends are getting married, so you don't have like a long-term expectation in that relationship? So it's important you ask these questions because you never know. Humans, people have their own reasons for doing things. Everybody have their own reasons for doing whatever they are doing. So another question is, what are your non-negotiables in marriage? So what are your non-negotiables in marriage? Guys, this one. Are you able to bend? Are you able to bend? Marriage is like bringing two people from different background, two people from, you are living two different lifestyle and you're coming together to live as partner. And marriage is supposed to be like a lifetime thing. Are you able to bend? What are those non-negotiables? Non-negotiables. Is this something that the other partner will be able to tolerate? Let's take that for an example. You have a partner and that says that their non-negotiable is, I cannot stand someone that does not clean up. That person physically might be clean, they take care of themselves physically, but when you come home, everywhere is upside down. Or are you non-negotiable that you're not going to share bills? You're not going to share other, responsibilities at home? Is that your non-negotiable? You better be talking about that before you say I do. You should talk about your non-negotiables. Are you able to bend and tolerate that your partner, we're not perfect. You're not perfect. That your partner is not perfect. There are things that person might be tolerating from you, and there are things you should be tolerating from that person. So talk about your non-negotiable and see if this is something that's going to work out for you, because marriage is a long-term thing. So the next question is going to be, what are your long-term goals and dreams for your future? What are your long-term goals and your dreams for your future as couples? So what are your long-term goals and dreams for your future as couple? Two of you basically saying, what are your long-term goals and dreams for this marriage, for this relationship? What are your long-term goals? So is your long-term goal, is it that, I see both of us together in the next, me and you spending the rest of our life together. I see us together in the next, 70 years or in the next 50 years. I see both of us spending the rest of our life together. I see both of us, going on vacations. What are your long-term goals? I see both of us investing in properties. Are you willing to invest together in properties? These are the things you should discuss before you get into marriage. So that when someone starts acting, you'll be like, why are you doing this? You're not supposed to do this. But when you talk about it and agree, okay, this is how it's going to be, you'll be able to, when that person starts, going off track, you can pull that person back and remind them, oh, this is our agreement. This is what we talked about. And, this is how it should be. So what are your long-term goals? You need to discuss this as well. So the next question is, this one is important. So, do you want to have children? So this is very important question. I believe this is a very important question, guys. So because there are a lot of people out there, they want to get married, but they don't want to have kids. And there are a lot of people out there as well, they want to have kids, but they know they have like infertility issues and they are not opening up to their partner. I've seen, things, I've seen, things like that. I've seen relationships like that where one of the partner has infertility issues and they're hiding it from their partner, which is very, very unfair. It is very mean of you to deceive someone to that extent, especially when your partner wants, your partner would like to have a child. So talk about this. Do you want a child? Does your partner want a child? Some people just want to get married for companionship. They don't want any children. They just want to get married and stay together. Talk about these questions. Do you want a child? And if you want a child, how many do you want? You should also talk about that. I know that, you can't really say, oh, I want one, then it's just one. Anything can happen. Then you have maybe like 2 or 3, but when someone tells you, oh, I want 5, It's different from I want one. If you want one, you might end up with two, or highest you end up with three. But there is no way you will want one, then your partner will want five. I mean, it's a very long margin. Except you'll have like twins, maybe double twins, and you'll be done with that. And it's not even the journey of pregnancy and all that. Is the some people just don't want a lot of kids. They don't want that. So is I think it's very important you discuss about how many kids you want. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Is 5 okay with you? Is 6 okay with you? Is 1 okay with you? This is something you should talk about before you agree to get married. So another question is, if you want to have children, when do you want to start? So why I think this is also important is because some people may think that, one of their goals of getting married, one of the reasons they're getting married is because they also want to have a child. In as much as they're getting married to a woman or a man that they love, they want to stay together, but they also want a child. And some people do not want to have a child when they're like old. Some people don't want to have a child in their 40s or in their 50s. Some people would like to have a child like in their 20s and in their 30s. So if you know that age is not on your side and the other partner may be very young and that one does not want a child, is it something you are able to wait? Are you able to wait for that partner until that partner is ready to have a child? You should discuss that. It might not be a problem for some people, but it might be a big issue for some people. When you don't talk about this, it might bring a lot of disagreements. That some people will start calling meetings for you from Omuna and all that. So it's better you talk about it before you say, I do. So another question is going to be, what if you're not able to have biological children? That one is another sensitive question. So if you're not able to have biological children, what if you're not able to have biological children? How are you going to handle it? So both of you might be okay fertility wise. You don't have any issues with having kids. You already know, you checked yourself out. You already know that you don't have any fertility problem. You're not struggling with infertility, but anything can still happen. I've seen couple, they find it difficult to have kids, even though the doctors have proven them that, they don't have any issues, but they're still having difficulty having kids. And some people end up not having kids. What if you're not able to have biological children? Are you open to adoption? Are you open to any other forms of having kids? So these are important questions to ask. Some people will tell you that if I'm not going to have any biological children, then I won't have any child at all. I don't believe in adoption or any other way of, or surrogate or any other way of having kids. So you talk about it before you say I do. So what is the next question? So the next question will be, do you have any debts? So some people will go into marriage carrying the debt of the whole universe into marriage and, expect their partner to take care of their debt. If you have debt, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get married. You're not getting married because that person does not have any financial issues. So, but it's important you talk about if you have debt. If you have debt, how are you going to take care of it? You should talk about it. You might be lucky to have that partner that will take care of your debt, but it's important you discuss this. Don't take your partner unaware, then all of a sudden you tell your partner, oh, I owe so amount of money even before I met you. That's not fair. If you have debt, this is something I believe you should talk about with your partner so that they also get prepared themselves and check themselves. Am I ready to get into this? Am I ready to take care of this? Am I ready to handle this? So it's important that you discuss that. And another question is going to be, how do you envision managing finances as married couples? So, how do you envision managing finances as a married couple? How It's very important question also to ask, because I mean both of you are going to be earning or making money at some point, or even if one person is the one making money, how do you envision, how do you plan to manage that finances? Are you going to be that wife that will just sit at home and expect to be spoiled and spend money anyhow, just keep spending and not planning about tomorrow? Just enjoy your life, because life is too sweet and too short. Just spend your money now that you are alive. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about your kids. How do you plan on managing your finances? Do you plan on sharing responsibilities? Do you plan on sharing financial responsibilities? How do you plan on managing that, your finance? Do you plan on paying bills equally? And how do you plan on doing this? So it is important that you discuss finances. It's very important, because a lot of people have had like failed marriages, broken marriages, because of finances. So finance is very important topic to talk about before you say I do. So the next question is going to be, do you come from different religious background, and how are you going to deal with that? If two of you come from different religious background, how are you going to deal with it? I've seen couples that come from, the other one is Muslim and the other one is in Christian, and they're still living peacefully. Are you able to respect the other person's religion? Are you able to, how do you expect to do that? Some people don't believe in different marriages, and that's fine. Some people don't believe in different religions, and that's totally fine. If that is the case, then you shouldn't be getting into marriage with someone of different religion, because there's going to be problem in future. If you're not able to tolerate that, you're going to fight. Oh, my first child is not going to be a Christian. Oh, my first child is not going to be a Muslim. How are you going to do that? How will you deal with that? Are you willing to have your child be of the opposite religion? Are you willing to do that? Or are you one of the people that will say, oh, if it's a different religion, then I'm not going into this marriage? So it's better you talk about this. Don't let love, blind you. Don't let love blind you. These are important questions to ask to avoid problems in future. If you plan to have a lasting marriage, a lasting relationship, ask this question. It's going to go a long way for you. It's going to help you and your partner in future. Also, another question is, what are your expectations for intimacy and sexual needs? This is a very important one as well. What are your expectations for intimacy and sexual needs? You have to also discuss this. Are you that person that it's very insatiable, is like almost impossible to satisfy you sexually? Talk about these things. What do you want about intimacy? Your partner might be very emotional person, a lover girl or a lover boy. Are you able to deal with that? If you're not able to get into intimacy, why are you even bothering yourself trying to get married? If you're not going to commit to intimacy and sexual needs, I mean, why? Why are you getting into marriage? Two people coming together to live as one, and you're telling me that you don't care about intimacy. How are you going to do it? I mean, you should talk about this before you say yes. Don't go and bring one weird human being into your life, then you start regretting it. Okay, so the last one is going to be, do you have any doubts getting married? So some people will be like, why? The first question and this last question, some people will be like, why do I even have to ask this question? It is very important to ask that question, because like I said earlier on, you never know what people have in mind. Ask that question. Do you have any doubts? Do you feel like, oh, I don't think even though we've been dating, I think I love him somehow. I think I love her somehow, but I don't think he's the perfect fit. I don't think he has all the qualities. Are you having any doubts in your mind? If you're having any doubt, don't even try it. Wait until the struggles of being a content creator. So my memory card just gave up on me right now. I had to switch. Okay, guys, I'm back. So what was the last question? What were we talking about? If you have any doubts, you need to, you need to discuss that. If you have any doubts, there is no need even getting into that relationship. So if you have any doubts, pause. It's better you hold that person now than get into a serious relationship, get committed, get married, invite the whole world, you people get married, say your vows, then after 1 year, you will say, oh, I knew this doubt. I always knew that this is not the person. So why even getting into this relationship when you're already having doubt? If you're having doubt, don't even try it. Guys, don't try it. If you're having doubts, don't hurt someone else. Do you find joy in hurting people? Do you? So don't even try it. If you're having doubt, try someone else. That person can also try someone else. There is no need getting together to get married if you're having doubts. So that's it, guys. If you have other questions, if you feel like there are other questions, there are a lot of people out there that are still looking into getting married, and if you have other questions that you think is very important to ask before you get married, drop it down in the comment section so that we can all ponder on it, and just let's share our opinion and thoughts. So if you have watched me until this time, thank you so much. Thank you so much for always coming by to support this girl here. I really do appreciate, and I love you so much. And to all my returning subscribers, you guys are the best. I love you guys so much. And to my newbies, to my new subscribers, you guys, thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate. You guys are the reason why I am making this video. You guys are the reason I'm still putting out content out there. I really do appreciate you all for all the support and love, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Click on that subscribe button. I mean, you don't need to pay. You don't need to pay to subscribe. So what are you waiting for? Just click on that button, just click on it. Just click on that subscribe button, like this video, share to someone you feel like might benefit from this video. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.